How much is that one? I get more money.
Always $25.
Always.
All right, we're gonna start out right here. We got your 12-volt battery, brand new battery. Put the strap on there the rest of the way. You have your battery disconnect.
Okay.
So if you're not gonna be using the camper for an extended period of time, just shut it off. I know it's hard to see down in there. I'll shine my light. So right there is off.
Okay.
And then this is just if you want to take the cover off. That's just cover.
That's so it doesn't have any draw.
Correct. So it's not drawing juice out of your battery.
Okay.
Okay?
When that's on or off, and it's hooked to the truck, will it charge or not?
If that is off and you're hooked to your truck, no, you want to leave it on. Anytime you're using it, just leave it on. So, I mean, for the most part, during the summer, you're going to leave it on. Unless you're not going to use it for a month or two at a time, then you want to shut it off. But yeah, for the most part, just leave it on.
Okay.
Basically for storage, or like I said, if you're not going to use it for a month or so, shut it off so it's not drawing. Well, actually, this has a solar panel on the roof, I believe.
Yes.
So then, you know what? Don't even worry about shutting it off. Because as long as there's solar power, it's going to charge the battery.
Okay.
So don't even worry about shutting it off till winter time when you're ready to store it.
Okay.
Okay? I don't know why they even put them on anymore, to tell you the truth, because they have solar panels on the roof, so it's charging the batteries.
It's like a triple charger, right?
Yep. So your propane tanks, this is your regulator. So when this little green knob's pointing this way, you're running off of this tank.
Okay.
Flip it that way to run off the other tank.
So not both tanks at the same time, it's one or the other.
Well, you can run both at the same time, but then when you're out, you're out.
Right.
So if you have it running off of just one runs out, you flip it to the other.
You have a reserve.
Correct.
All right.
Okay. And those are filled. Well, they were filled. I mean, we use some out of them, of course, to run the appliances to check everything. Very little. Your tongue jack to get it on and off the truck, just up and down. Got a little light on there, so if you're hooking up after dark.
Okay.
And then all the hitch, once they get it hooked to your truck, we'll go over that so that you understand.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if somebody else is hooking up or I'm hooking up, whatever. But
Yeah, I think you got it.
okay, but we'll go over that once that's all done. Okay.
Okay.
All right, over in here. All right, we have. This is that. Remember we talked about solar up on the roof. Yeah, if you get back here, you can see a little better. Yep. This is the solar controller.
Okay.
What that does is it when the power comes in from the panel, it goes through this and charges the battery.
Okay.
This will not let it overcharge that battery is what it's meant to do.
Okay.
And then there's also a shut off for it. So when you're storing it, you don't want power coming through the solar panel, shut that off.
When you're storing it.
When you're storing it, yes.
Okay.
This little thing back in here, I don't know if you can see that right there.
Yeah.
It's equipped for the tire link, which is the tire pressure system.
Okay.
If you want to buy that and add it, it's already pre-wired for it. And then right there it says inverter prep. It's wired for an inverter. What an inverter is, if you want to go camping out in the middle of nowhere, if you have an inverter, it'll take power from your battery and convert it to 110. And there's certain outlets in the camper that will run off that inverter. But that's only if you want to go camping out in the middle of nowhere. Basically, the only thing
That's just prepped for an inverter.
it's just prepped for it. You'd have to purchase the inverter and have it installed. Okay? All right. This is your power cord.
Okay.
We have it plugged in with one of ours right now.
All right.
So it's a 30 amp, it's a 110, it's not 220. A lot of people think, oh, it looks like my air compressor plug. I'll just plug it in when my air compressor plugs in.
Okay, is there an adapter for that?
Yep, there is.
Okay.
Right there.
All right. Okay.
Now, if you're going to run off of this, you don't want to run your AC or your microwave. But if you want to keep it plugged in, just to keep the battery charged, whatever, or even run some outlets, you can use this. But you don't want to use this to run the AC or the microwave. It'll draw too much juice and it'll melt.
Trigger level?
Or start making breakers. No, I did not level the trigger.
I did.
Okay, so
Oh, you did? But I moved it a little bit to show them how to run the jack. So just double check it.
you can't run.
If you're camping and using the AC and the microwave, you don't want to use this. You need it plugged in so it's getting a full 30.
From the campsite plug-in will have
Correct. Correct.
that.
Most campsites have at least 38.
Okay.
Okay? This is your sewer hose.
Okay.
We'll go over this in just a second. We'll finish right there. This crank, the tongue jack, is powered, but if the jack would fail for whatever reason, something burn up inside, something break, you can manually, see this little rubber plug right here?
Yep.
Pop that off, you can stick this on there and you can still crank it on and off your truck.
Okay.
So that, you know, if you're stranded somewhere and can't get it off the truck or on the truck, you'll have a backup. Then you have underneath, you have your stabilizer jacks. And they are, oh, the switches are up here. This is just a manual override if the stabilizer jacks would fail. Goes on there, and you can manually crank your stabilizer jacks up or down.
Okay.
But that's only if something would fail.
Right.
The switches for them are right here.
So it controls from outside the trailer?
Correct.
Not inside.
Right, outside here. Yeah, outside the trailer, sorry. Outside of the living quarters, yeah. So,
Still manual level, or does it have like an auto level?
no, this is all manual level. Now, those aren't meant to lift, just stabilization. So when they sit down like that,
You're done. Okay.
because if you try lifting the trailer with them, you're going to start bending.
Okay.
All right, then to get them back up, you just hit the track and up. And then both switches are side by side here. The one on this side runs the front jacks. The one on the back side runs the rear jacks.
Okay.
It's same setup.
So this one switch does.
There's two switches here.
Okay.
There's one that runs these ones, and then the other one runs the rear ones.
So one switch from the front, one switch
Correct.
from the back.
Correct.
Okay.
Now we have a light in here. A little touch button in the middle to turn it on and off.
All right.
That hose goes in there, and that just gives you like an outside shower. If you put a spray nozzle on there, you can hose your feet off, you know, or the dogs or the kids or each other or whatever.
Okay. Probably be each other.
The nieces.
Then you
granddaughters.
have, up here you have your PTV. If you're camping in a campground where they have satellite TV, you just hook your satellite there, and it'll run the satellite throughout to the TVs that are in the camper.
And then the C8 with that
Cable,
That's cable.
or I'm sorry, cable is where you want to hook to. Satellite would be if you decide you want to add DirecTV or Dish Network, you can add a satellite to the roof, and it's already prepped for it.
Okay.
Some people live in their campers full time. Some people think they need
So
satellite.
satellite would come down off this and plug into that.
Would just plug right in. Well, this would plug this little thing right here would plug into that. If you added the satellite, and then you would have satellite to all your TVs.
Cable going up there. It's up there already.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a little box up there on the roof that you would tap into if you decide you want to add.
Okay. So all you have to do is add the. Okay. I got it.
It's prepped for it. It's not there. I mean, there's a part, but you don't have.
Okay.
All right, this little light switch right here turns on a light. There's one right here. And then there was also going to be one back there by the sewer outlet, which we'll go over in a second.
Okay.
All right, this thing right here is your fresh water tank drain.
Okay.
So it's open right now. There's no water in your fresh tank.
Okay.
All right.
So that's the freshwater drain.
Yeah. So right here is where you fill your fresh water. And that would be if you're going camping somewhere where they don't have water and you want to take water with you, stick the hose in there, shut the drain, fill your tank, and then you can take water with you. You run your pump inside, and then you'll have water.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now this one is what they call city water port. If you're camping in a campground where they have water, or at home you just want to use water.
That'd be the hose connection.
Correct. And then you don't need to run your pump inside because your pump from your well will put enough pressure to it to run.
Is there, when the tanks are all three tanks. Is there something inside that says a
Yes.
full empty?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. We'll go over that once we get inside. But yes. Yep.
I want to ask it.
No, that's fine. Don't be afraid to ask questions. All right. So winterize. When you're ready to winterize this in the winter, you're going to winterize it. You're going to bring it back here.
We might bring it back.
Okay. I always tell people that's a good idea.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what they charge, $100 bucks, but if you winterize it wrong and you burn that water heater up or something explodes or whatever,
right,
it's going to cost you. If we don't winterize it right, it's on us. So,
okay.
I mean, that's up to you. You do whatever you want. But anyways, this is going to be where you would put the hose in there, stick it in the jug of antifreeze, flip this to winterize, turn the pump on inside, and it'll suck the antifreeze out of the jug and it'll put it throughout the whole system.
You turn the pump on from in there.
Correct.
Okay.
So then this one, this is a sewer flush. So if you're draining your black tank, which would be the water from your toilet,
Okay.
stick the hose in there, turn it on.
Okay.
While the black tank valve is cold, and it'll help flush the tank.
Flush it out.
Yep. You only use this when you're draining your black tank.
Okay.
And this unscrews so that when you're camping, you run your hoses and cables up through, then you'll still be able to shut this door.
Okay.
When you're going down the road, you want to keep this in just so the water and road debris don't come up through that. There we go. All right. Now, this has the in-demand or on-demand water heater.
Okay.
So it's in the off position right now.
Okay.
Flip it on. When you go inside, you can just turn the water on and we'll go over that once we get inside, but you just got to turn it on out here, and then everything else is controlled inside. Okay? I'm gonna
There's
leave
no
that.
fear of if there's no water and the water coming into something that's not on, it won't burn this thing up.
No, because there's not a heating element in there like what you're thinking, like on your household one, if you
Right.
turned it on with no water, it'll burn the element up. Or the old style like that one has, it'll burn the element up. This one doesn't have an element, it's only run on natural gas.
Okay.
So even if it fires on natural gas and there's no water, it's not gonna hurt anything.
Okay.
But yeah, when you're not gonna use it, I always shut them off.
Okay.
So, but we're gonna leave it on for right now.
Okay.
And then we'll go over that and then we'll close it all up. Anyway, back to this thing. When you're camping and you need to drain your tanks, this would just go on there, hook on, go into the dump station.
Okay.
Then you pull, this would be your black tank.
Okay.
So that would be your sewer, your toilet. Drain that one first.
Okay.
Close that. Then drain your gray tank. That way if there's anything stuck in the tank like toilet paper or turds, it's gonna help flush it out.
Right.
Because your gray tank is just your sinks and your shower.
So it's the black tank first,
Yep.
then the gray tank.
Yep. Okay?
And when you run the water out of the gray tank, you close the black tank?
Yeah, close it before you drain your gray.
Okay.
All right. Tire pressure 65 pounds max.
Okay.
So I'd run them about 60 to 62 because they're going to heat up and they're going to add a little bit of pressure as they warm up.
Okay, the tire thing that's in there,
If you add, you can buy and add the pressure monitors.
okay, the sensor's like in the tires.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, actually, all they do is screw right on where the valve cap is. It's just, yep. And then you get a little monitor, or depends on which system you would buy. You get a little monitor you put in your truck, or you can do it on your cell phone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now these are greasable axles.
Okay.
That center cap will pop off of there. Little rubber boot inside, you pop it off and you can stick a grease gun in there.
How many times?
About every 4,000 or 5,000 miles,
Okay.
2 to 3 pumps of grease, all you need.
That's it?
Yeah.
A good wheel bearing grease then?
Yeah. If you over grease them, it's gonna blow the seal out. It's gonna pump grease in on your brakes, then you got serious problems.
Yeah.
So, don't over grease them.
Okay.
All right, I showed you your power cord up there. This is what the end looks like.
Okay.
Other than there's a little black ring on yours. This one's broke off and missing. So you line this up with that, give it a little turn, and then yours is gonna screw on here just to lock it on. So if somebody walks by, they don't knock it loose.
Okay.
All right, so you got your license plate on there, you got your spare tire. See where it says camera ready?
Yeah.
These are wired for, you can add a rear view camera. You pop that little black thing off, take the 2 black screws out, you can wire up a rear view camera. So if you're going down the road, you can look at the camera and you can actually see who's behind you. You know, you're going down the interstate, somebody's right up under your bumper and you can't see them in the mirrors. You can see them through that camera. And it works good for backing up.
Okay.
But you'd have to purchase the camera separately and add that. Okay. This little door is just, well, I guess if you're a midget you'd use it, but it's basically just because this bunk will come up and you can slide bigger items in there to take them with you.
Okay. Kid door.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't even know. Yeah, see, it doesn't even open from the inside. So it's only.
Shove Mara in.
Yeah. I didn't hear anything.
Going for a nap, bye.
And I don't even know for sure which key runs it.
Derek told us that hitch is just for a
Little hitch hauler.
Like,
not a pulling thing.
Yeah, I think it's only rated for like 220 pounds or something like that. It's
luggage
not,
only.
It's not made for a whole lot.
150.
Alright, the black key locks that one. Ladder, I think it's 250 pounds max on the ladder.
Okay.
These, I didn't show you up front, but these doors, when you flip them up, they automatically lock that little magnet into place, so when you want to let them down, you just pull out.
Okay. That's a latch, not a magnet.
Well, there's actually a magnet in here,
Okay.
so when you flip it up, it sucks that thing over to latch it.
Pulls it in.
Yeah. Okay. So you got your little refrigerator here. This refrigerator only runs on 110. So if you're not plugged into electric, this refrigerator won't work.
Okay.
The one inside is a 12-volt refrigerator. It will work as long as you have battery.
Okay.
So your little grill. Run that over down through there. And right here is a. No, they don't give you much hose there, do they?
A little short.
Yeah. Obviously, he didn't test that because there's no way he could have plugged that in.
That's not gonna reach.
No, it's not going to reach no matter what I do. So we're going to have to take that screw out of there.
Oh, there's those lights. Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, the light over here.
Yeah, over the jack.
All right. So now we're hooked in there.
Okay.
And then you got to turn it on.
Ball valve. Okay.
Yep. Quick connect. Now when it's hooked and it's on, you can't unhook it until you shut the valve off. It's got,
really?
It's got a little safety catch on there.
Okay.
So if you're cooking and somebody tries to unhook it, they can't. They have to shut it.
They have to
literally
shut it off.
Yeah.
That's a good safety
Yep.
feature.
And then it has a little dust plug that goes in it.
Keep road dirt out of that one.
Yep. So all I did was take this clamp off, which allowed it. They had it fast and clear over there.
Okay.
I just took that clamp off and that allows it to go over there so that you can actually use it.
Okay. That's good. Oops, sorry.
Then you just have to bring the hose back up inside to close it up.
And then
This has a,
oh,
it's just a little thing you push both sides.
fast clip. Okay.
Okay?
All right. Kid retainer clip.
Beautiful.
That's all right, don't worry about that. Furnace vent, That's gonna get hot if you're running your furnace.
Is there a screen that goes over these?
They make them, yes,
We can purchase them.
yes.
All right.
110 outlet.
Okay.
If you're, you know, you want to set a TV here, and there's also a place to plug it into.
Okay.
You can actually mount a TV bracket and set a TV there if you want.
That's a spot. Is that why it's?
Yep, there's a backer in the wall there for it. Instead of just fiberglass, they have like a 2x6 or whatever, or 1x6 or whatever, inside the wall. That's why they have the bracket. Got your outside speakers.
Okay.
Vent for the range hood.
Okay. Now those speakers, they come on when the TV's plugged into this, or how's that?
I think those are only for the radio.
Radio.
The speaker, the TV, if you had a TV, it would have its own speaker in it.
Okay.
Steps, you just pull out on that. Make sure that your door's open all the way, or this is going to catch on the edge of the door.
Well, I can see that.
Yep. If you want to adjust these in or out, like if you can't, you know, on even ground or whatever, they'll pull out, but they won't push back in. So if you push them back in, you have to push that. They'll come out like that, just by pulling. When they're down, you want to make sure that the step's down tight on here before you try to shut your door, or it's going to catch, you know, if your steps are up like that,
Okay.
you don't want to try shutting your
So
door.
this has got to be done as close to here as possible.
Yeah,
Not.
right, yeah, you don't want to.
Okay.
Screen door
It's a good thing to know.
works separate from the entry door. Then when you shut the entry door, it automatically picks the screen door.
Oh, that's neat.
Then these purple keys lock this in. This one locks just that, and then this one is an actual deadbolt.
Okay.
So when you're going down the road, I suggest locking a deadbolt, because if you're going down the road, you get your trailer in a bind, that door could pop open. With the deadbolt locked, chances are pretty slim that it's going to come open.
Okay. All right.
So, and when you're camping, you definitely want to lock the deadbolt, but you can lock it from there. Because we all have, and I'm sure there's lots of other people that have master keys. I can unlock this handle, but I can't unlock that deadbolt.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, we all have master keys. We can go out on a lot to any camper out there. 95% of the campers can unlock the handles, but we cannot unlock that deadbolt.
Okay.
All right, awning we'll go over once we get inside.
Okay.
This is going to go with hitch. This is just paperwork for the hitch.
Okay.
All right, we got a light switch here which turns on those LED strips in the middle.
Okay.
Then there's another switch above it that turns on these.
Oh wow.
That's bright.
Yeah. And then there's also a light inside of here. And it's got a two-way switch on it.
Okay.
Roman numeral 1 means it's on all the time. Roman numeral 2 means it'll work as a motion light. You walk away from it for 2 minutes, it'll go out. You come back by, it'll come back on.
Okay. So there's no chance of leaving it on by accident.
Right. If you have it in that position.
Okay.
Okay? That's it on the outside of the trailer, unless you guys got questions.
I think we're good.
Okay, well, let's,
Bullet lights up there, are marker lights.
what's that?
The bullet lights up there, are marker lights.
Yes, yes, they'll come on when the lights are on in the truck. Shut that other switch off. Okay, the hitch. They have everything all hooked up, everything's set. They did all the measuring. All you got to do when you get home, you want to unhook it. Run the jack down, which is up, which means trailer up, not jack up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's backwards.
Backwards.
It's backwards, means trailer up.
Okay.
So what you want to do is pick these up, get the weight off of it. Pick it. I mean, even if it picks the back of the truck up a little bit.
I'm gonna say the truck's going up
Yeah,
too.
yeah. And that, trust me, it makes it a lot easier to get these bars unhooked if you get the weight off of it and get the truck up just a little bit.
Okay.
So now you're ready to take your bars off. Pull that out. Pull the bar off.
Do these have to come off to back up
Nope.
or just?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, because when you're backing up, they're just going to slide on here.
Okay.
So even as you're turning, they're gonna slide on here. You're gonna hear them. They're gonna make noise. Don't panic. They're gonna make noise.
Okay.
Don't grease them. They're supposed to make noise. People say, oh my God, it's squeaking, so they grease them. Well, they work on friction.
And then you got it all over your hands.
Well, not only that, yes, you get it all over your hands, but with grease, you don't have friction. They're not working. These are they're a weight bar and an anti-sway and built in.
Okay.
So what it's going to do is, as it's friction is sliding on here, it's tight, it won't let the trailer start to sway. Plus, it also supports the weight by this bar. So now, when you put it in, you want to put it up so that the writing's up.
Okay.
So they go. This one you don't want to put on the other side, because if you put it on the other side, it's going to be upside down.
So they're left and right.
Left and right, basically, yes. I mean, that part's not a critical thing. If you put them in upside down, it's not going to be best.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Then you put that back in there. These are going to, right now they're going to work really hard because they're new. They've got paint on them and everything. So they're a little bit hard to pull out.
Okay.
Not terrible. But as you use it, they're going to get a lot easier.
Little wear.
Yeah. So now to put the bar back on, all we're going to do is slide it back on because we have the weight off of it. If you didn't have that weight off, the bar's going to be down there like that. You can't pick it up. If you use this as a leverage,
Oh.
that's what that's made for.
Okay.
But if you pick the weight up off of it,
You shouldn't have any
you
trouble.
shouldn't need this. But I'm going to throw that in there.
Okay.
Then just make sure you put this back in. You may have to lean against it just a little bit. So if you unhook this one, unhook that one, let the trailer back down, unhook like you were unhooking.
Okay.
This breakaway cable, see how we have it hooked directly to the truck, not in the safety chain.
Right. Okay.
Because if this truck or trailer would come unhooked from the truck, and say the safety chains would fail, you want this to pull, then it locks up the brakes on the trailer.
Okay.
So right now the brakes are locked on that trailer, you won't be able to move it
Okay.
until we put this back in.
Right. That's the same thing I got on my livestock trailer.
Yep, same thing. Okay?
Alright.
Don't use that as a parking brake.
Gotcha.
It'll burn the wires up.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay? So then let's trailer back down.
I was wondering what that pitch is going to look like going in the reset.
You see these washers in here?
Yeah.
What that does is it gives it head tilt, tilts the ball back so that it puts tension on these bars.
Okay.
Now if this was a heavier trailer and we wanted to do the same thing, we could add another washer, or a lighter trailer, we could take a washer away so there's not as much tilt.
That's how you, okay.
That's how you adjust the tension on these bars.
It isn't the bolts, it's the washers.
Right. You can adjust this up one or two holes also.
Should this be sprayed with silicone or anything or not?
It doesn't go in. That part doesn't move. I mean, the only time it moves is when we're adjusting them. Once it's on the truck and set up for this camper, you don't need to adjust that at all.
So between his truck and my truck sits 2 or 3 inches a little bit higher.
Okay?
Would it be a problem to take those bolts out and just smooth that up and?
No. Just remember when you hook back up to this truck, adjust it back down, or you're going to go down the road with your trailer like that.
You want the trailer running level.
You want your trailer, yes. I mean, if it's a little bit, between the truck and the trailer like that, but you don't want to run down the road like that or like that.
Right.
So yeah, no, if you want to adjust it from one truck to the other, inch and an eighth, take them bolts out. You have to loosen, there's a bolt back here, it's a 5/8 bolt. That will allow this to move, because once you tighten that up, you're not going to be able to get them bolts out. So, but yeah, you can adjust it from
So
one.
you're going to loosen this back here.
Yep, that one, and then loosen those other two, and then you can adjust it up and down.
Up and down.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, because this is around 17, what you got?
Well, mine's a trail boss, so it's.
Oh, so you got the lift, 2-inch lift? Yeah. Yeah, you can adjust it for that. Okay. Let's go inside. Unless you got questions out here.
No, I think we got it covered.
I'll do it. Hold on one second. Let me step out here. I'm going to let all you go in, and then I'm going to come in last.
Okay.
So get wiped out already.
myself in this corner, I guess.
Why you gotta show us probably the tip off now?
Oh, I was gonna sit there.
Yeah, I don't know if
I
you
didn't want to
stand
sit
that.
there yet.
All right, first thing we're gonna do is get some lights on in here. Oh, this is really weird. See that says ceiling?
Yeah.
It turns the lights on down there, the night light.
Oh.
I didn't build this trailer. That turns on the ceiling lights. Don't ask me why. All right, we're gonna run that slide out. So you get to where you're going, before you run that slide out, you're gonna wanna make sure that that bathroom door is latched. Because if it's open and it gets caught on the end of that slide out, it's gonna rip that door right off quicker than you can even blink your eye. Trust me, that's done it. And or rip the trim off of the slide out. So when you hear that, you're done, quit.
When it groans like that,
Yes.
okay.
And that actually turns on that light over there too, this the one that says ceiling. Like I said, don't ask me.
When
I
it
don't
goes,
know.
no.
So that one and that one come on with ceiling.
Yes,
All right.
yes,
So it's like a night light for walking around.
yes. Awning, we're gonna run the awning out here. Make sure there's nothing gonna hit. And then there is a light under the awning,
Okay.
an LED strip out here. That's porch light.
Okay. So it lights up the whole side of the trailer, not just an individual light.
Yeah, there's a whole strip of LED lights. Now we can't get it all the way out because we're gonna hit the ladders and stuff, but you get the gist of the awning.
Is there?
Now,
Okay.
go ahead.
I was just looked. I seen support rods.
Yes, that's what I was gonna just say. You can adjust it. You just pull down on this. I don't want to pull it all the way down because I don't want to rub it on that ladder, but you can pull it down a little farther so that it just goes back farther. You can do one end or you can do both.
Okay.
Let's say it's raining, you want the water to run one way, you can adjust it one end down. If
Okay.
the sun's coming under it and you want to get it lower, pull them both down.
Okay.
And you don't have to go like this and straighten it back out. When you're running in, it'll straighten
It'll
itself.
do itself. So you don't have to unlatch anything.
Don't have to unlatch anything.
Okay.
Back in. Now you're asking about your tank levels.
Yeah.
See these
Yep.
right there?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. First we're gonna do battery. They all four light up. Shows your battery's fully charged.
Okay.
See how fresh? It just says E. Black 1, black 2 you don't have, gray 1, gray 2 you don't have. You only have two tanks in this, a black and a gray. Well, you have fresh also, but
All right.
two holding tanks of. So black 1 it shows empty, gray 1 it shows empty. As you start running water, you push that. It's going to come up to a third, 2/3, and full.
Full. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then we have water pump. So if you're water in your tank and you want to run water, that's how you would get it out. Or for winterizing.
Okay.
Now if you run off
Oh,
city,
that's the. Okay, that when you said water pump, that's
pumps water out of your fresh tank.
right. It's not a pressure pump for water in here. That
No.
comes from the hose.
Well, no, if you're running water out of that fresh tank, yeah, it's going to pressure your sinks in your toilet, in your shower.
So you have pressurized water for
Correct.
usage.
If you're running off, it's just city water. You just turn the water on and it comes right through.
But if you're running off the tank, the pump is
Correct.
essential to run everything else.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. That's the light switch for inside the cabinets.
Okay.
And then those lights in the center, you see the little button. If you push that, that'll turn the lights on in the bedroom. And I think, yeah, there's one more up there over
Okay.
the bed.
All right.
This has the emergency escape window.
Okay.
If you pull that, don't do this, but if you were to pull that red knob, the screen would pop right out.
Okay.
Then you lift up on that red lever,
Okay.
swing it, and then that window, if you push that window, it'll fall completely out, and then you can jump out without having to worry about the window hitting you in the back of the head.
So if
Okay.
you don't want it to pump out and you just want
You
to
can
have
use
a
it just,
screen,
you can use it as just a regular window.
Just this right here.
Yep, just
How do you do that?
just kind of like that. And then, what was that? Fell. I don't know, I saw something fall, I don't know what it was. I'll go out and find out, but yeah, you can use it just like that.
I wonder if it was a retaining clip.
I think it was, but let me double check.
got a tape measure out measuring for curtains already.
No, you know what I was thinking?
All right, here's
I'm
curtains.
gonna melt these. I will end up melting them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you don't, we will.
This little spacer that they had put in there.
Oh, that's like this one right here for the screen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
How do these?
Those just pull down,
Spring loaded to
then you
retract.
pull down again, they go back up.
That's
Okay.
good.
Okay?
All right.
Then this window over here, you just pull on that and then it slides that way, and then the blind is the same as that one. Up underneath there you have a 110 outlet and a USB port. Same on that side.
Okay.
You see where those say inverted outlets?
Yeah.
Those outlets, remember we talked about an inverter? If you had an inverter, those would be powered if you're running off the inverter. They work normal.
That'll give
any
you
other.
the AC.
Correct.
Then
Then we have storage under there.
some water.
And then you have your drawers,
It said
both
empty.
sides, and then all your storage. You got your crank up vent, just a little fresh air in. Just make sure you shut them before you take off down the road, and or if it's raining.
Okay.
These you just, and the doors slide. Make sure you lock that before you take off down the road also. There is a place there for TV, if you want to mount a TV on the wall. There's
Same
where,
thing. That's the
yep,
smelling spot.
there's where it would hook to the cable, and there you plug it into one thing. And then this door's the same thing, just
Does
Works.
any old TV work?
pretty much, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can do smart TVs or you can do the regular TVs. Storage under there, storage here. This goes in the sink just like a
Drainer.
strainer, yeah. This TV, there should be a remote for it.
Here.
Right there, okay. This packet has owner's manuals, warranty papers, that kind of stuff in it. So you might want to look through that real quick when you get home. Oh, there is one other thing in there I do need to show you. This little thing right here.
And that's snazzy.
Yes. This works in a cordless drill. If you get in a tight spot and you need to use it, you can actually stick a tool in there and use it. But what this is made for, it's manual override for the slide out. Say the slide out motor would burn up and you're camping and you want to get your slide out back in.
Okay.
If you grab a hold of this little piece right here, it'll pop off. It's just got a couple little finish nails in it. The motor's right there.
Okay.
On the end of the motor, there's a hole that this will fit in. You stick this in a cordless drill and you can run your slide out in and out.
This piece comes off.
This piece comes off. You can see the motor. You can see the motor if you look up there.
Okay.
It's hard to see.
Okay.
But it just, if you take that off, it just makes it a little easier access.
Okay.
Those motors don't burn up very often, but it's like anything. It can happen.
It can happen.
But this is just a manual
This is just
override.
under with.
Just a couple little finish nails, yeah. You can actually pop all this stuff off fairly easy without doing any damage.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna put that back in there.
All right.
This faucet is totally new. This is the first one I've ever seen. It works as a regular faucet, or if you pull it out and put it back in like, so it's got it locked in there. I don't remember how. No, I guess it don't. When it's that way. It just works, it makes it like a wide shower.
Oh, here.
Like a rinse.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh. It's been a long day.
He's an engineer, don't feel bad.
He's a brat.
That too, I didn't deny that part.
No, he's just a little smarter than I am. That's all there is to it.
So that's spigot.
Yeah, that's just a shower.
All right.
Yeah. But,
As long as it's not
but
a shower.
one thing I will tell you, and I did this the other day, he had it out, or he was looking at it, and I had it out like that, and I turned it on, and guess what? It shoots water all over the floor. So don't do that.
Have it in place before you do anything.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That comes up, gives you a little extra counter space. Just make sure before you run your slide out in, you put that back down. I don't know if this one would hit. I think it would go over the table, but
So I take a chance.
yeah. And then there's a little, and there is a 110 outlet underneath there. I don't know if you saw that or not, but there's a 110 outlet underneath there. Microwave. Pretty much anybody knows how to run a microwave. That was pretty simple. Cook stove. Not a glass cooktop. Put that up out of the way. We had a woman explode one in her face, and it was our fault.
Oh.
Turn the burner so that the little flame and the arrow line up, and you got the burner.
Ooh, it's gas.
Yep.
I did not expect that.
Now, if you want to light your stove,
I didn't
gotta
get a
hold
close
in
look
on
at
it.
it, but that's cool.
or the oven, I mean, hold in on it until
I
the
like that a
pilot
whole lot
lights.
better.
Wait a few seconds, and then you can set it to whatever temperature.
So you gotta get the igniter warm.
Correct.
Or
So-
it won't stay.
Correct.
You're turning two knobs there.
This one controls, like, this one controls that burner, this one
Okay.
controls this one controls that, this one controls,
What are you doing over here?
this is a sparker.
Okay, so like a grill.
You see the spark right there? All three of those plus the one down
You
there.
just gotta turn it to spark it.
Yes, and there's no off. It's just wherever it stops, it stops. But yes,
Okay.
you have to turn that just to spark it.
So it isn't like our gas grill, you push it on the.
No,
doesn't.
you actually have to turn it.
Not an electronic one.
Alright.
And then you have little lights on the burners or on the knobs, and then you flip it the other way, and it actually lights up the inside of the oven. Now, when you turn that on, you see it turns red. So if you see one red, somebody left the burner on. Make sure you shut it off.
Okay.
Put that back down before you take off down the road.
Okay.
This blind is still the old style, like metal blinds, because it's close to the stove. They can't put the fabric or vinyl blinds.
Right.
That's why they still go with these. And you can put it down and actually latch it in there and leave it. And then this window opens, just pull that out and slide them.
Okay.
Put that up. Storage.
They talked about. Never mind. You're getting there.
For the convection and air fryer.
Yeah.
That's the extra parts for that. As far as how you use the air fryer, you're gonna have to read your manual.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean I do, but you got to go through the steps and do it the way they tell you. You can't just throw it in there and be done.
Okay.
You got to use it in a certain.
Okay.
And I couldn't tell you all the steps because I do know how it works, but I don't know how it works. If
That's
you
okay.
understand what I'm saying.
Yep.
But yeah, all your extra pieces are right there. Fuse box and breaker box. So you got your 12-volt fuses and your 110 breakers, and they're marked, tells you what's what. The fuses are marked, tells you what's what.
Now those fuses are AC/DC fuses for
Just a spade, like automotive fuses.
Automotive
just,
fuses.
Just the two spades.
okay. So it'll handle the AC and DC.
Yeah.
Alright.
This is equipped with the auto detect converter, which if you decide you want to convert to lithium batteries, it will automatically charge lithium batteries. Some of the older
Mean
converters,
like,
yeah, you can replace the lead battery out there, put a lithium in it, it will work with this converter.
Really?
Some of the old converters weren't that way, but all the new ones now, because a lot of people are going lithium. A lot of people don't think they want to go camping off grid, and they think they need lithium and solar panels, and they're putting 4 and 5 solar panels on their roofs. And, hey, more power to them.
Yeah.
Literally.
You got, I mean, if I'm going to go camping, I want to go camping where there's electric, but that's just me. Above your head, you see that little white thing that says Wi-Fi? Nope, over there.
It's got a blue
Yeah.
sticker.
You can take them 2 screws out. You can actually add a Wi-Fi router if you want. You have a smoke alarm there. Should be a fire extinguisher right beside, oh, right there by the door.
Okay.
Your bunks, and they have the touch lights. There is a 110 and a USB here. 110 and USB here. Light. Then this bunk is the one that folds up.
That's the timeout bunk.
Yeah.
Throw their butts in there and you
And
latch
then
it.
you can actually latch that in there.
And then say we'll be back when your tent term is done.
Yeah. So you can actually leave that up and go down the road like that. A lot of people like that because they put their bicycles and stuff here, and the bunk's up out of the way so that they can get their bicycles.
Derek said they would take their pack and play.
I'm gonna put it
on the
back
floor
down.
and put a attention
Gate.
gate there and use it for baby sleeping.
All right, in the bathroom, not a whole lot of room in here, but you're gonna want to see this water heater controller. Somebody is, anyways.
Go ahead, man.
So we have it on out there. You see the red lights on, so we know it's on. You start running hot water, this screen's going to light up. You'll see a little wheel spinning, which means there's water going through it. Then you'll see a little flame light. you know that it lit on gas, and then you'll see the water temperature displayed. It'll show you what the water temperature is, and as it heats up, it'll heat up to whatever temperature it'll get up to. Now, maximum is 124. You can change your, it's set at 124 now. You can change it. But even if it's set at 124, chances of getting 124 degree water, you're going to get about 115, 118. And that depends on how cold water is going in too.
Yeah.
If you're camping and it's cold out, and say it's 50 degrees and your water's 50,
It's going to take more to do it.
you might only get your water up to 95 to 100. You know what I mean? It
Right.
just depends on how warm the water is going into it as to how warm it's going to be coming out.
Now that temperature, when you set that there, that's going to be this too?
Yes. Yes, this controller does the hot water at
Everywhere.
both sinks, the shower,
Because
everything.
it's coming through that unit.
Correct.
All right. I got
Correct.
it.
Then you got your medicine cabinet, you got your storage under there. Toilet, you just flush with your foot. Shower, skylight, you got your crank up vent, and the exhaust fan.
Oh, so there's a vent and an exhaust fan.
Yep, it has an exhaust fan built right into the vent.
There's a switch right on it.
And then the shower door just comes over here, latches on like that, and then unlatches and rolls back up.
That's different.
Okay?
Yeah, that's why you thought it was glass.
Yeah. Okay.
All
Is
right.
that little door, is that a little down at the bottom of the shower?
Just an access door to get to the drains and stuff under the shower. That's all that's for.
Okay.
All right, your refrigerator.
Anything, just to back up a minute, anything special we need to do about cleaning that toilet or be aware of to not do with the
Don't
toilet?
use Comet, that kind of stuff. Don't use anything abrasive on it.
Okay.
Just clean it with.
Toilet brushes.
You can use toilet. Yeah, don't get like a wire brush or anything like that. But a nylon toilet brush, yeah, that's
Nylon, okay.
fine. You
I
don't
read
want to use a lot of
some-
harsh chemicals. You know, just use a little bit of soap or even some dish soap maybe. Because you got to remember you're putting it in your holding tank,
Right.
and your harsh chemicals could eat your holding tank up. So you don't want anything too aggressive.
Okay.
All right. They actually make stuff up front to put in their tanks also to keep the odor down. Your refrigerator is 12 volt, so you just turn it on, set it. This would be the maximum setting. You hear the refrigerator come on. Then you'll just have to play with the temperature to whatever degree you like it. You don't want it so it's freezing your food, but you don't want your food warm.
So the
So
refrigerator's strictly 12 volts.
strictly 12 volt.
No 110.
No 110, no
pro-
gas, no nothing, just 12 volt.
Oh.
So as long as you got power in your battery, your refrigerator will work. Then shut it off. And
Okay.
it controls that controls the freezer also. So there's only one knob.
The shelves adjustable?
The shelves are not adjustable. Well, yes, they are. You can adjust it to there, from there to there.
2
So
inches.
yeah, yes and no. And these you can change those also. There's an extra place on the door for those. The
So
freezer.
freezer temperature is controlled by that knob down there too?
Yes. Yes.
That's weird.
Yeah. So that's one of the things, like I said, you've got to play with the temperature to get it to your liking so that it's not freezing everything and not getting cold here or vice, you know what I mean? You just got to find a happy medium.
Like a dorm fridge.
Yeah.
dorm fridge is that
little,
way?
Yeah, the little mini fridges. You control the freezer and the fridge from the
Yeah.
same.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's something
That's
I
pretty
never-
common.
Yeah.
That's something I never dealt with.
Those have the touch button in the middle to turn those on. You got storage under there. This actually has the storage bins that slide in and out.
There's a spot for Sabina.
She'd crawl to the middle and
This table folds
make us regret
down,
it.
and the cushions will actually fold out and make another bed. Now I gotta flip this table over because, oh, there it is. I gotta remember which way this goes. It's easier just to flip it over and show you.
Okay. Fine.
It just goes like that.
Okay, now does that act as an insert there for the bed?
Yes,
Or?
yes, this will sit down on, well, no, it just sits on those legs, I'm sorry. The old ones used to sit on there. This one will just sit down
Oh, same height as
the same height,
Okay.
and then you just move your cushions out, move these around to fill in the void to make an extra bed.
Okay.
Now, I do suggest to people to keep this in the folded down position when you're traveling,
Didn't tip over.
Yes, so it doesn't tip. Now, with the slide out in, the chances of it tipping over are pretty slim, but why take the chance?
Right. So you could actually keep that thing outside if you wanted to.
Yep.
Maybe go this way.
Yeah, just sits in there just like that. All right, the only other thing I got to show you is the thermostat, which is over here.
Okay, let me get other way.
So just hit the mode button and hold it for a few seconds. It'll light up. You hear the air compressor or the air conditioner kick on. Turn your temperature up and down with the buttons.
Okay.
Hit mode again, it'll go to heat. Same thing, control your temperatures. Hit mode again, it'll go to just a fan. Dry, cool. You just keep going through till you get to you want. And then hold it, and it'll shut off. And that'll kick on, run through a cycle.
Huh.
That's all I got, unless you guys got questions.
Clearance height.
Clearance lights?
Clearance height.
What's
I don't know exactly, but I'll get up there and take a measurement for you.
So sure we had said 10.8.
Yeah, that's average. Depends on which truck it's hooked to. As you know what I'm saying, it can vary, but we'll get an accurate measurement.
Safe to say 11.
yeah, say 11 foot.
Yeah, you'd be better off saying 11 foot. That way you know. But we'll take a measurement just to find out. Okay.
Okay, the bathroom door has to be closed before you even touch this.
Yep.
Okay.
Make sure that that's down before you run this.
This.
Like I said, no, this. Like I said, I don't think it'll hit, but why take a chance?
Okay, that's the. Okay, that's the.
Yep, that's the
Never
slide.
mind. I know what it is. I'm looking at the bump on the floor and I'm thinking, where that? Okay, never mind. I know what that is now. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Also make sure no one's standing there when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to piss somebody off, let them be in the bathroom and shut the slide out.
Oh man.
That probably happens more than
Anybody
me.
any ideas?
It's like worse than that, tipping the job Johnny over on the top.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, I'm going to shut some lights for you to run the speakers. Okay?
So
So speakers are Bluetooth. They'll hook to a phone.
People like me that don't know how to do that stuff. Yeah, I couldn't listen to the radio and stuff. I couldn't.
No different than
I don't
connecting
know how
it
to
to
do
your
that.
car or anything else.
Yeah.
So
So.
when you say Bluetooth code,
Mhm.
what does that allow?
It allows you to play music
It's
through
how-
your phone, basically.
How would you? It's how you would connect to the speakers.
You know
'Cause
how
there's no control in here, so the code, I'm assuming, would find the Bluetooth signal here, connect it to your phone using that.
Yes.
Okay,
You
so
know-
where does the
how when
Wi-Fi come from?
So,
From the phone.
You got to have it on your phone, yes.
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, you can add a Wi-Fi router.
Starlink or whatever.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
add.
Yeah.
The Bluetooth code is more of a confirmation, so it knows it's pairing with the right phone.
Correct.
So when it's sending out a code from the speakers to your phone, it's asking you for the code to confirm that you're the person that's supposed to be connecting to it. So it's more like a password. But
Me, I'm old school. I like to be. Actually, you know what? This might. You might be able to run it through that sound bar on this TV. I don't know. Yeah, I think you can run your radio off of this, can't you? FM tune.
you'll taste some playing.
FM. I think you can actually run the radio through the TV on this one. There are some that are only Bluetooth, but I think this one is actually. Yeah, this one is actually going to run through the TV.
That might be an info kit, maybe.
Yeah, and I am very, very computer illiterate. Very. I won't deny that one bit.
Makes two of us.
I have a tablet over there
That's
that
why
I
you
have to
got
use to
us.
do jobs on. It takes me 15 minutes every morning to get the stupid thing fired up. I hate it. I tell them how much I hate it, but that's just the way the world goes nowadays, you know? I mean,
Yeah, if you're not up with the times, you're just.
my cell phone, I know. I gotta know how to shut all this stuff down. I'm gonna let you do it. How's that? Nope, this is a propane leak detector / carbon monoxide detector. Yep. So if you would have a propane leak, that won't be. And that runs off 12 volts, so as long as this green light's lit, you know it's working.
So carbon monoxide and the propane.
Yeah.
When the door's shut, this can go.
It'll go either way. I always tell people to put it against the door. Just
Which one's the tip out? This one?
that's the main light switch. That right there.
Wide room?
You might want mom to
Slide
move
room
first.
in. She should be all right right there.
Weird with the ceiling arched like that. It looks like the tip up's coming up.
Well, the one that you guys borrowed, the tip up did do that, like for the first 6 inches, because it was.
No, it's flat ceiling.
But when I pulled the tip back in, it did. Like it caught on the bottom before it finally got sliding, and then it was good.
Owner's book too, that you can look up online.
If you go on Keystone's website, you can look up anything on this.
Okay.
All
All right.
right. I've got to get your measurement, but I'm going to say if you go with 11 foot, you're going to be real close.
Now is that,
That's your solar panel right there.
is that where it stays? It doesn't have to be flipped up or anything?
Nope, it's fixed there. You
That's
don't
it.
you don't move it.
Okay.
And then of course that's your AC sticking up, and then you see the clear vent is your
Bathroom.
bathroom fan, and then the other one would be your skylight. Okay.
All right. So that's, you don't have to pick it up or.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. There is
If
no
they add
adjustment.
another solar panel, that's where it goes up there.
You'd have to find a spot that it would mount, but yes, it would be on the roof. Yes. There is actually some of these have. I think it's inside this part. There's a little place you can plug one. They make those little solar panels, little portables. You can plug them in, but those things are pretty much gone by the. There it is, right there.
Well, that's it?
That's it. Yeah, you can plug a little portable solar panel into that if you want. Okay. All right, Shannon's probably ready for you guys.